G'day, thanks for listening. This is a show on gardening, agriculture and horticulture, focusing on plant science, soil science and microbiology. The information is fact-checked and provided for educational and scientific purposes. Any of the websites or the papers discussed will be put in the description below. And there's no show title today yet. If you're watching this back, fast forward until you see the screen change, please. Or if it's only 10 odd minutes, that means it was a short show and we didn't really talk about anything. So I'm going to wait till 2 minutes, another 60, 70 seconds for people to arrive and watch the snowfall. Yes, it's snowing outside. And I love the snow, and not just a little bit of snow, it's chucking, and there's no rain with it either. It's lovely. It's supposed to be snowing all day. Something different. The flakes they're big storm flakes. They're probably the size of, bigger than your thumbnail. This is lovely. I lived in Canada for 5 years. 2 of these, 2 years in the Arctic, and it was just blooming excellent. I'd go back, drop of a hat. This reminds me of it. It's just so pleasant, peaceful. Even though the snow is a little bit wet at the moment, it could be colder. Temperature's only, it's 1 degree Celsius, so it's 39 F. But it's not real settling on the ground, and so it's quite wet, in other words. The water ratio is high. 2 minutes. Reach the 2 minute mark. So I still have nothing. He says, "Good evening, good peeps. I hope you all are doing well. Good day, Aussie." Excellent. It's snowing. It's snowing. No rain, just snow at the moment. Where I sit, it's beautiful. Big storm flakes. It's lovely. It's supposed to be snowing all day. You're outside cutting brush in the backyard and almost missed the show. Oh well. Genetic Memory Farm says, "Make a snow angel." Yeah. This is Australia, mate. The snow doesn't settle that much. Or it's just, not yet anyway. It's supposed to snow all day. And it's 39 F at the moment at 10:40 in the morning. And it's going to be getting colder. It's supposed to be peaking at lunchtime, getting down around 0, around 37. And then it might start to settle on the ground. And then, yeah, it just might settle in. But at the moment, it's not settling, really. It wants to. I love the snow. I blooming so much do. Cold weather, psychotrophic microbes are needed for this cold weather for plant metabolisms to happen actively. It's beautiful. I'm a bit of a snow freak. Like, I like the cold weather and the snow and that. So it's hard for me. I'm very anxious at the moment. Sorry, I can't focus. Be good to have a snow title one. Because yeah, it doesn't happen very often in Australia, the snow, as you know. So I'm just loving it while it does. I'm supposed to get 4 to 6 inches today. 100 to 150, 10 to 15 centimeters. Blooming rad. I love it. And people living in North America, which mostly listen to this, in Canada, they'll be on, "Listen to this idiot," like I used to get when I was in Canada. Acting like I was a little. They said, "You look like you're in school." The way I carry on around the snow, yeah, it's fun. Don't know how else to explain it. It makes me puts me into a good mood. Genetic Memory Farm says, my tomatoes and green beans are going nuts. I really pruned hard and I think it paid off. I am looking into homesteading in Minnesota. Oh, really? Would be great to have you visit. Yeah, it sure would be. That'd be fun as, mate. Yeah, for sure. So you're going Minnesota. That's even colder than where you are. Mind you, it's not real warm where you are, but still, wherever it's good property, good opportunity, good soil, you know enough to blooming do a good bit of a study on the area. Well, really, it's only pollution, because if it's just normal soil, everything should be all right to be remediated quickly within a few years. But pollution's different. It takes a few more years to get it out of the soil. Like the area where I'm using for my garlic, it's compacted, sandy loam, holds moisture, not very good, and not very organic. So I knew it's not polluted at least. So I can work with that. So and to work with it, you use all the new soil I'm doing. You make furrows and hills and troughs, furrows and ridges. So the hills is where you I'll make hills next season and plant on that for a few seasons until the troughs can become more fertile, and then I'll get an even planting. That's how to do that. GMS says, hoping for the north shore of Lake Superior. Holy mackerel. That's pretty cool. Wow, you can join the surf comp on the 3 lakes. They have the surf comp there each year, and they got a board riders club and stuff like that. I used to be into surfing. I was into surfing growing up. Quite a good surfer. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a nice area, mate. Wow, right near Canada. There, he goes on to say, there was iron mining back in the day, but all the heavy metals seem clustered at the smelting sites. Should be okay. Love the trough technique. Oh, yeah. Yes, technique for growing in polluted areas. Well, people always say, like neighbours always say, that we got shit soil. Well, if you have, remediate it, fix it. It's not polluted. It's only have to do a few things to get it up to scratch. So yeah, just the plant on the ridges and let all the troughs get away all the water, which is what I've done. And it's worked really well. Not well, like real well. And people are saying, geez, he's an idiot for bloody... no, they call me crazy for trying to farm in the area where I am. Well, they need to get educated is what I say back to them, because it's working. It's great. So yeah, you have to watch the runoff, possibly. So if you're down river, downwind from the mining sites, if they were up in a higher elevation than what you do, you might have to check the topography of the land and do some possible little soil samples and make sure that it's all right. I'd be checking for iron and sulfate. No, what else is really bad for them? Iron, definitely. What else is bad with the microbe? Do they remunerate a lot? Nitrogen. No, that's picked up from... Oh, look at that fox running through the snow. Funny. GMF says, tell them to stop burning and let the organic matter replenish. 1% organic matter holds 4% more water. Exactly right, mate. The neighbours need people like you. The agronomists in Australia have a limited educational capacity. That's all I want to say. I'm sure you do better. That's right. Stop the burning. But no, how can they clear the land fast? They don't want to employ more employees, mate. That costs money. You've got to just burn it. Everyone's too money hungry these days. That's why this show doesn't get many views or many people interaction, because they're not interested in organic farming. They want the quick fix right now. They're not interested in sustainable long-term farming, which is only going to improve as the years go on. Jesus, it's nice outside. It's snowing. Such a spin out. 1 degree Celsius. It's so blooming nice. Oh, it's been GMF says, yep, the soil map survey has the only rough spots at the mine site and the river mouth near the lake. That's the survey. I'd be careful because they can have bias surveys where the mine company will do their own. They'll have their paid geologists that'll have to do it, and they might be a bit more favourable to where the sites where they test. So I'll just try and look up some USD. What's it? USDF? No, that's forestry. USDS. No. What's the United States Soil Department? USD Soil Department, SD. Anyway, I'd look up their soil charts and on the area and see what they reckon and see how recent they are too. Because they might have some that are before the mine was there and might have some that it's after, but a lot of mines have to restore their site to the way it was previously before they got there, but some people cut corners. Just don't believe in what a lot of people lie. It sucks. They don't value the knowledge, but they will buy the food. Yeah, that's right, GMF. It will be state, not federal. Don't know what that means. State, not federal. Oh, sorry, I know what you mean with the charts. Yeah, okay. Well, no, there's national charts. They've got national ones of the area. It might be more broad-based, but they might have it after that mine, or maybe go to the mine sites. They might have more surveys, soil surveys. That's what. Just don't believe what the real estate agent or the farmer previous has said, because anyway, that'll do. Test for yourself. They said to me, can I say that? No, but not. It's still snowing with no rain. And it was a cockatoo. No, it was a galah flying across, and it was even flying weirdly. It was struggling to fly in the snow. It's quite good. Polluted sites. If you're moving to a new site, you can get some microbes that will help you. That's easy to inoculate, broadcast with an irrigation gun. You want to know what you're working with, but pH will tell you, mate. Individually go out yourself, take a few areas at the perimeters, and pH it. Because if it's acidic, that means it's got acid runoff. Microbes will be changed. I mean, if it's acidic. If it's below 5, you're in trouble. You'll need a lot of remuneration. So yeah, there you go. That's the easiest way. pH. For an accurate soil survey, you want 10 plots per hectare, which is 2.2 acres, in a zigzag motion. Try and pick it up where the dips are in the ground, because it'll run through there. You want to know what's settled there. No farmland. It was either to be a cabin or rehab or forest or wetland in the row state. I will definitely take a lot of soil and water samples. Yeah, it's easy to take them, but testing them. Just get a pH tester. I use pH test strips for their reliability. And yeah, and their cheapness too. I don't have to calibrate them. Worry about probes and blah, blah. Bought so many pH blooming meters in the past. You don't know if they're ever true. Oh, you're supposed to calibrate it before every use. Get stuffed. I'm not doing that. So the strips are easier. I'll quickly tell you how your land's going. Then after that, you can go and investigate further. If it is acidic, if it's below 5 pH, What sites could I don't know. I'm a bit flustered because it's snowing outside and I love the snow. Nah. Pollution. What else? Even the deserts in Arabia, they've gone and fixed them up to grow trees now. So there's no pollution there. It was a substrate that they can work with, but because it's not polluted, you can still manage it. It took years, put down circles, grow circles, irrigate them, they'll grow out, and then that's how you do it. So you might start with 10 feet of iron, bend it in a circle, grow something in that. Do that lots and lots, and so you just do it. GMF says, no worries, bud. Doing pruning next week. Play in the snow now. I wish there was snow play. It's not settling though. Nah. You see it on the ground, but you'll walk on it and it'll go away. And it's not chucking enough to build up that fast. I was in Haines, Alaska, and it built up half a foot in, I don't know, probably a few hours, like really, really fast. And that was pretty cool. That was wet snow. It was 6 degrees Celsius. What's that? 6:45. Yeah. See, unfortunately, it's not building up, mate, and there's no base or anything. And the temperature's not real below freezing to hold it there. It's still above freezing. I'll do pruning next week. That's right. You were talking. Oh, I understand. Sorry. I get what you were talking about pruning. I was supposed to do this as a pruning show. I remember now. I'm sorry. This snow event has put me off, distracted me to the max. Because I'm outside. I'm not anywhere close to the snowy mountains where they got ski resorts. It's a tiny, tiny patch in Australia that holds snow through the winter here. I'm many miles away from there. So it's unique. Only get a few snow days a year. So it's lovely. Need the goats out. They don't like the wet ground though at the moment. Oh, good man. Enjoy the moment. Yeah, I am. That's exactly right. Thank you. I'm trying to. Good on you, mate. Can you remind me about the pruning thing next week, please? Well, it's coming into spring in Australia too. That'll be pretty relevant. So good. If you can do that, mate, that would be nice. Yeah, all I'll be doing today is sitting next to the window, watching the snow fall down, and running from going from window to window and website to website, looking at all the blooming snow event stuff. I've even put into the search engine, why do I like snow so much? Because I just don't know. I've tried to find it out. Usually in Canada, when it snows, it's very peaceful. You hear it on the roof. It's just like it builds up. It's very uniform outside. When you look outside, everything's neat and tidy because, it settles and makes it into nice shapes and forms. The trees look very nice, white and puffy. And then they fall down too much when there's too much snow and they go, boom, and they fling it all up. And or if you're walking under it, you get a massive amount on you when that happens. It's just good fun. I didn't grow up in it. I only had 5 years living in it. I wouldn't call this living in snow. This is snowfall. It's not so settling. And even if it does settle, if I got my snowboard out, it would skim off across the top of it and probably touch the rocks and the grass underneath, so it wouldn't be proper. I just, yeah, what GMF said. Enjoy the moment. That's right, I'm just trying to enjoy the moment, mate. Not very often. It's 1 degree Celsius at lunchtime. It's 11 a.m. now. Oh, it's getting darker. It's supposed to get a little bit colder in a few hours and snow for another, what did it say, 15 centimetres? A fair bit anyway. It's 15 centimetres, 4 inches. No, that's 10. 6 inches. 6 inches. Yeah, but it needs the settling. It's the settling of the snow, which is the cool bit. Oh, from a person that lived in the snow for years. For any Australian, they'd probably be like me. I didn't see, this is pretty funny story. I didn't see any snow until I was in my mid-20s. People in Canada find that so hard to believe. I had to drive, what was it, 20 hours drive from where I used to live to get the snow, to see snow. So it's a novelty in Australia. It doesn't happen very often. So it's pretty cool. The area where I am, it only gets 3 snow days a year. And that's not snowed in days. That's just snow falling from the sky days. I'll take anything. It's still peaceful. There's a lot of birds outside at the moment, but at least there's no bugs. There's kangaroos and just sort of fox. So there's still heaps of animal activity. In Canada, there used to be virtually no activity when it snows. Everything was silent. It was just nice. All you hear is the trees or a big bear coming through because he's just knocked down a tree. That's all I used to hear. It was very peaceful. You will have, GMF says, you will have to come to visit in winter. Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, you're in one of those places. It's, how many feet do you get? I've always wanted to live up in Alaska near the coast. Valdez, Cordova? No, it's not there. Anyway, just near the coast. What's the other one? Not Skagway. I live down there. Up around the top. Homer would be nice. Sort of near the coast anyway, where it gets a solid amount of snow every year. 20 feet, where it might be 10 feet you might be getting. So some years it's up to your rafters, up to your roof guttering. That's where I'd like to live. The areas where I lived in the Canada, they didn't get that amount of snow. I was snowed in. I had to shovel my way out. But we only ever had a metre of snow on the ground, 3 feet. Here, not a lot. Minnesota will be a lot. Yeah, Minnesota's, you're off the lake, mate. You get the lake effect snow. My studies, weather studies was in the States, and I remember that's what the lake effect snow. It's full on. Plus you get all the ice, and then you get those weird effects on the lakes too, from the when the ice goes chunky and then it pushes one way from a wind or a storm. Ice drifts. No. Anyway, you get a lot of big effects up there. I haven't studied weather stuff for years. I studied that before. A lot of stuff. But yeah, I'd like to visit in the winter. It'd be heaps better. I went from Australia, where it was in the high 30s Celsius, to Canada, where in the Arctic I flew over, and it was in the minus 20s. So it's 50 Celsius difference within 24 hours. And that was unique. It was great. I thought, wow. It's just fantastic. So yeah, the snow is really enjoyable, and you can still have a good environment in the snow. Look at people in Alaska. They still grow heaps of food. they still have a thriving ecosystem. So it doesn't mean to say everything's got to stop. And plus, getting into psychotropic microbes, the cold weather microbes that people haven't gotten, or the scientists, or people haven't gotten into yet. That's futurist. That's something to do down the track, so you can extend your growing season in cold climates. Might be able to assimilate nitrogen better because you get 10% at 50F. It can assimilate. So there might be a microbe that might be able to assimilate at, instead of 10F, it might be 0F, and it might still be able to do not all 0F. Well, actually, there might be ones below freezing, but you pick it up when I'm putting down. So I'd still like to, if there's any questions though, put them in the chat. Just because I'm anxious doesn't mean to say I can't help others out. I do this show for others. So if you've got anything plant science, soil science, or microbiology related, or even snow related, because I've been talking about it for a fair bit, whack it in chat. Because I might end soon. Because I'm not sure if you want to hear me talking about, I'm off the topic today. I'm not, I'm just talking about snow, because it's snowing outside. It's quite a fair bit too. Something nice. I need to get outside. I still enjoy it in Canada. I used to snow heaps. I'd always be out in it, people thinking, what's this freak? Look at him. Chopping wood outside and it's minus 30. I'd go snowboarding. They'd shut the hill down at minus 30 Celsius. I'd be out there. First up, they're saying, we can't take classes today. I'd be saying, it's all right, it's going to warm up. Open the hill. It was good fun. I used to be a snowboard instructor in Canada. Anyway, back to this. Oh, GMF says, optimal seed popping temperature. Well, where was the plant grown in? Did it come from the snow or did it come from the tropics? If it came from a snowy area, there's a chance that its optimum temperature would be colder than one from the tropics. So that would be something to consider. But in general, anything that a human baby can put up with is always treat it as a human baby. Anything that's small and can't fend for itself in the plant realm, that's something that's a good rule of thumb, because I've found that to be true over my years. Just treat it like a baby, same temperatures as a baby, lukewarm. You might be able to get slow growth at a temperature of around room temperature. But if you put it up to the high 20s or 80F, you might go from 60F to 80F. You might find it'll like it a lot better. It'll grow faster. If it'll start, geez, that was a big chunk. If it was, that just threw me off. Bloody big snowflake. If it was grown in temperatures that are colder than what it likes, it'll still grow, but it has a chance in getting a sickness or a disease. Because if powdery mildew, for instance, might be hanging around, and if it's got a chance to develop its growth and development fast, it'll get over that. It'll put its genes out to combat that. But if it's not at the stage where it can grow at a good rate, the infection might overcome the plant. Tentistan. Is that spelt right? I've never heard of that. So, tent. No, it's not coming up. Did you spell it right, mate? So for the optimum seed popping temperatures, that's my best suggestion. Treat it like a baby, and it'll do well. And because if the baby might be whinging at when it's too hot or way too cold, but when it's in the middle, it'll still be, just struggling. It'll just go through its normal growth and development. But when it's outside of those parameters, the seed will stay dormant. You can put it, and then what will happen is it'll be too cold. For instance, if you've made your water temperature too cold to germinate the seed, the fungus will grow around it. And within about 5 days, if it's not in a sterile lab tissue culture type of environment, it will start and develop, and that fungus will overpower it within an extra couple of days, and it'll be gone within a week from once you started it. Oh, GMF says, it's a joke. I bred it in my tent. Oh, righto. Tent to stand. That's cool. Yeah, and with the seed popping temperatures too, if I've got some seeds that are a bit dormant, I won't do it in winter. I won't try and recreate those conditions that it likes. I just wait till summer, because in summer, generally, it's warm enough for at least 3-4 months of the year just to put a seed in a cup of water and leave it on your bench or your fridge inside of a bag. And that will match the temperature that is happy for it. So I suppose that's another little good rule of thumb too. If it's that chance that you're going to lose it or something like that, you've got to make more copies of those genetics, I'd be waiting until summer. Because, yeah, you can do it indoors, but there's a chance it just will creep out or under those temperatures, go either side. And just speaking from experience, that's all. And you just lose it. Or it'll just germinate, the radical will throw out, and you think, cool. And then it stalls, it halts then, because the next stage isn't warm enough for it to continue. So I was just, instead of keep losing genetics that I wanted to keep, I just do it in summer now if they're really a challenge. Not a challenge. If I want to keep them, if I've got multiple seeds of it. Oh, well, if I've got heaps of like these those broccoli Brussels sprout hybrids that I got, I think I've got hundreds of them. So I would be happy to germinate them in winter. I'm just having a look at the couch. Watermelon, Brussels sprout, there it is. Oh wow, there's a lot more than that too. I've got a few thousand at least. So as an example, I'd be just put back in there. Red kidney beans, yum. Optimal seed temp. I wouldn't be doing it today with all the snow outside. It's really snowing harder now. It's so blooming nice. And all that you'll see, I just think I could turn the camera around, but I won't be able to see the screen for people writing stuff. It's snowing hard now. It's nice. It even says snow on my weather station. Little snow symbols up. It's what I'd call chucking. It's rad because the snowflakes are very big and they're close together. Like if you... And it's just starting to build up. Yeah, Chooks, look at it. Good fun. I'm doing a live show here. The snow does something to me. I like it. Finally, got some nice snow. Back to this optimal seed pod and temperature. I'm sorry, I've really thrown. This has been a horrible, terrible show today. Should I just end it? You just listen to me get excited and see nothing on the screen. You hear me talk about the snow, which if there is any Australians listening, they'd be envious. I want to see the snow too. There's some big chunks. It did say it was going to peak in about an hour. And then from 12 till, I think, 3 p.m., it's supposed to be 10 or 15 centimetres. It's 4 to 6 inches. Just need the temperature a little bit colder. It's still 1 Celsius. Need to get lower. Come on, Mother Nature, you can do it. You can do it. Is there anything else that you'd like me to talk about instead of hearing me get excited? Put it in. GMF says talk about snow. Wow. You know what, the reason why I moved to Canada, when I went up there, I was in the Yukon in Whitehorse, and I met a fella, and he said, just drive down to Alaska border down that way and check out the mountains. And it was in May. I thought, yeah, right. He said, it's like the Himalayas. And I went down there. I hired a car and drove down. He gave me a snowboard, and I drove down there, and I just couldn't believe it. And it's still a screensaver on my TV, and it just looks like the Himalayas. It was in May, which is a month before summer, and it was still everything was white. And I climbed a mountain by myself, sat up top of the mountain at 8:30 at night, going, I got to move here, and moved there 6 months later. And ever since that day, I wanted to go back. Ever since coming back to Australia, I wanted to go back because it's so peaceful and enjoyable, and you get out there and the squirrels are fun, and the snow on the trees is really nice to see. It's very, I don't know, it does something to my insides. It makes me really relaxed and go, that feeling. Like when you're getting into a warm bed with your blanket, with your bed switched on hot, and it's cold outside, or a hot shower. But yeah, it's thoroughly enjoyable. I miss Canada with the snow and Alaska, especially looking like days like today. But the only difference is I've seen this weather a lot. It's just not building up. There's just no white on the ground or in the trees or on the posts or anything, unfortunately. That's the negative to this awesomely positive snow event. And probably when we finish talking here, I'll be getting outside, putting my rain gear on and going outside in it. Because it's just fun being, oh, here comes a lot. I can see it coming from the distance. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. You're going, what's he on about? How can I turn this around? Because no one's really mentioning anything. I'll see if I can. So you can see. That. I'm going to turn the camera on. What I do for the rain. There you go. He's finally going to see. Oh, now I'm switch the camera somehow. Where's the camera? Nope. Oh, now it's small. And I make it big. Oh, there it is. There it is. Let's see if there's some snow. It should be that way or the other way. Anyway, who cares? There you go. Let's see some Australian snow. Can you see it? Oh yeah, it's snowing good. You can see that. Wow, there's a bit. Look at the size. It's building up now. Oh, yeah, it's coming down so much, it's building up. Look at it. I should be recording this. That's chucking really good. It's like you'd expect it to see, but the flakes could be coming down a little bit slower because the speed in which they're coming down tells me that they've got a lot of moisture in them. So that it's wet snow. The perfect snow crystals is -9 to -16 Celsius. It's called dendrite snow crystals. That's where you see the white, fluffy powder snow that is in Alaska a lot, where you puff up when you snowboard into it, you go down, and then you spring out of it. When you come out of it, it's different snow to this type of wet snow that you see here. And then also the flakes will be going a left and a right. They sway left, right. When it's very, very dry, powdery snow, when it's at -9 to -16 Celsius. When it gets actually too cold, the crystals, they have ice on them and they form hoarfrost and it starts to grow on top. And it's when you snowboard below -30, it can actually be a bit grippy, believe it or not, because I used to take snowboard classes, and that's what they'd say, why can't we go down? Why is it too grippy today? And say, wait till it gets a bit warm, when it gets below -30, -29, -28, and then it'll start and get a little bit more normal again. But there's some Australian snow for you. I wonder if you can actually see that. You can try and see it against the backdrop of that tree, I think. And then you can see bigger chunks that fall past the window here. And there's the weather station in front, little analog one I've got outside. I've got my digital one inside here. So you can see the temperature is 39F. And since last night I got 1 inch of rain. It's supposed to get double that. That's what's coming to Savo. It's all the snow on the ground. See it down there, the white stuff starting to settle because there's so much of it. It's pretty cool. Chunky wet snow. At least there's no rain in it. It's starting to settle now. Yay. Might get some millage soon. I was wondering where I'm going to put my snow level indicator. Oh, look at you, Chooks. Look at it, snow on top. That's rad. Oh, this is good fun. I don't know why I need to pick up this energy all the time, pretend it's snowing, be bouncing around. It's unique. Where's the squirrels now? And then to run past the window. And the hummingbirds, they were enjoyable. Anyway, you don't want to watch the ground, do you? I don't even know if you want to watch that. Well, GMF said talk about the snow, so I thought I'll show you. What else? Other facts I can tell you about snow. I studied meteorology for many years, atmospheric science, at a graduate school in Boulder, Colorado. I also have a Certificate 3 in meteorology that I got from Stonebridge College in England. It's starting to settle down now a bit. It's not as chucky. Oh, they're still large flakes though, but they're not as close together. Typical ski resort type of scenario. Look at it looking that way. You can see it out that way with the trees in the distance. You can see it's just all the white dots in between here and there. It's rad. Wow, see that big chunk come flying past the window. It's like the size of my thumb. Well, it's supposed to be getting more up until the next. Haven't even come close. That's why it's just starting to get a little bit darker now, because the storm's just starting to come. This is the start of the storm. That's a good way to put it. The start of the storm. It's going to be good settling snow, I reckon. Look at it now, it's starting to settle. See the big whiter bits? For those people who are in the snow, like if someone in Canada's going, look at this fool! Yeah, possibly. But I'll take any snow. I'm in Australia, mate. It's different here. And I'm not in the southern part of Australia, you'd say, where this would be common. Somebody growing up down there, they might get one or two events like this for their lifetime in the bottom half of Australia and Victoria, southern New South Wales. See that? Beautiful. All right. Let's see if anyone's sitting there. Boys. What do you reckon about that? That's something different. There we go. No, add to stage. That one. I've really done that before. Screen. What did you think about that? For the few that were watching. Oh yeah. I can't believe there's still people watching. I must like watching it in the snow. I just should end the stream, put another stream up. Live Australian snow. And just leave it on. That's actually not a bad idea, is it? Is it? It doesn't happen too often. I don't know. Then just leave it. Anyway. I feel like I'm holding these up and I'm talking crap. I don't want to do that anymore. So put your stuff in the put anything you want to say in the chat, because I might end it soon, I think. It's getting darker too. This is rad. Geez, fun. It's good to work out what you can enjoy in life and try and exasperate on that. Because life is really, it's kind of short and you have to have fun to enjoy it, reduce your stress and stuff like that. And this is something that I've found for me that works. Seeing these snow events. So I've got to be in locations that get this snowfall building up. It's just starting. But it's not supposed to snow here till after lunch though. So this is great. Woo-hoo, it's getting colder too. The temperature's dropping. Oh, I love it. So come on, get down to zero at lunchtime. It's 11:30 in the morning, and it's 1.4 Celsius. And really chucking snow. Yeah, I'll turn it around. Shall I turn it around again? Man. Oh. Look at the car struggling to drive out front because it's too much snow. I'm going to stop this stream. I might start another one even. Just call it snow in Australia. Live snow in Australia. Because I feel bad holding these up. What do you reckon? I haven't even lost my glasses now. I can't see the screen. Oh, they're on your head. Oh, so cool. GMS says, I'm glad you're having fun, brother. Good on you, mate. Thank you. I am. It is really, really cool. I've become like that little kid again. Let's get outside, like right now. People be saying, oh, what are we going to do inside? I'm thinking, how in the hell am I going to be inside on a day like this? Ugh, I was shoveling this morning earlier, and there was little bits coming around me. I'm thinking, this is so cool. Just awesome. So yeah, thanks, mate. I like it. GMS, what does he say? I am definitely inviting you to the snow in winter. To Minnesota in winter, yes. Yeah, for those big massive events at the end of winter when there's a big massive chunk on the ground. So it'd be probably, I don't know where you are, but late February, in March. I still went in the Yukon up there. It used to end in April. The snow was still in the yard in April. And in May, I was watching the ice break up in the rivers. And that was so fun. And then you have to test before you walk. Natives taught me. So it was just blooming rad. My barbecue temperature outside was minus 22 Celsius. No, minus 20 Celsius. At minus 22 it used to be. Yeah, he's a weirdo. The snow settled down a little bit now. Build up. You must have picked up. I hope you picked up my good energy. I passed that across at least. Yeah. And it's, you can't really see it. A live stream starting one of them up. It'll come back anyway, I don't care. This is a good, I've got a good elevation here on top of a mountain where I can see other mountains. Them have gone, they've disappeared. I know I'm in the cloud. And also any other questions that you like in microbiology. Or maybe your last snow event, because I did talk about nearly snow for an hour today. I could nearly probably talk about it for another hour too. It's pretty exciting. Oh, look at the clouds coming up through the valley. And it's coming closer because it's getting a little bit darker. Temperature's gone 1.37F. Yeah. So thanks for listening, everybody. Let's do this again next week. Really good day or night too. Happy reading, happy growing, good health to you all.